watching the video. We have the new update has arrived. Let's see. General updates here. Start the marathon for the Soviet battleship Kremlin. I'm mispronouncing it, but still. Separate the French Navy with the new battleship skins, ship parts, and added bonus for each skin, a thin calendar, and new commander. Join in the new campaign of the British destroyer Somme and enjoy the new Fleet Cup Braille and ranking season. Check the patch notes for claiming your free gift. Okay, I just did that a little bit earlier on PlayStation. There's a free gift for PlayStation players as well. You just gotta go down to the store tab and you should see it. So, like always, let's check out the calendar, and then we take out the new marathon. So we have come next week the Republican French flag, and okay.
J'ai besoin d'appui-feu.
I'm not sure about her. I'm not sure if she gives you any bonuses. It looks like they don't really tell you too much. That's just basic calendar info. Uh-huh. This is one I want to take a look at. Let's see, view ship. Okay, 33 seconds. That's quite long, but she's a legendary ship. Great HE show damage and good chance of setting fires, I'll say that. But you only get 3 control parties, so that's a downside. Real load time is 40 seconds, not too bad. I think I can get it up to about 5, maybe 6 consumables on its own commando setup. Let's see. Almost POC about almost 1500, just short of it. Specs. Let's see, 3 cannons, 3 barrels. What I want to see is armor penetration stats. Okay, point blank, almost 900. Ooh. At maximum range, 560. Okay, she's going to be making a lot of players cry, looks like. But as long as you can keep her alive long enough. Fusing, guaranteed ricochet angle. No, that was, here we go. Fuse arming threshold. This is the stuff I need to know for when I'm fighting with a destroyer. The minimum it can actually fuse, arm I should say, is 76. So anything, the majority of destroyers, it's going to just penetrate right through, not do any damage to them. Let's see, any good secondaries? No, just one set. Ooh. See, I'm a secondary battleship, so I like to have my destroyers take the point. So yeah, I do go down faster, but I do help my team capture the points even faster because they have support on capturing. AA? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, this is actually new range I haven't seen in a while. 5.7. So, but you only have 8 of them. Okay. I don't think we deal with carriers too often in Legendary, so it's like once in a while. She is quite slow for most battleships. At 29.5, I'd like to force it actually to go up 1 because sometimes we can change the speed. Okay. Concealment, we don't have that because of a battleship. She is heavily protected. I'm not sure about the other ship over there, but hey. Okay. Yeah, its best option is to burn her down because you're not really going to pen her too easily. Unless hitting the main island. Okay, the delay of the new Project 24 command in the 1941. The project requirements include dual-purpose artillery instead of the secondary guns, enhanced torpedo protection, and reinforced protection of the. Come on. Reinforce of the ship's fore and after ends. The ship design was to destroy the surface ships of all types to the open sea and near coastal areas. In 1950, the variant 12 of the project was approved. However, the country lacked the shipyard to construct the 7,000-ton displacement ship. The state authorities had also lost interest in the large surface ships by that time. Yeah, by that time we were going to the Cold War, so yeah. Yeah, she's a heavier thickness, but I'm sure she'll burn well. Okay, so let's check out the store. I'll do from store over to the left. That way, I'll look into the bureau next. Okay, Azur Lane, what, 20L? I'm trying to remember, that's 25? Okay. I'll grab my free offer. Oh, is that the one I think it is? Yes, it is. It's back on sale. I do love that ship, Upako, I think. It's a really good French ship. As you can see how I have it all set up for secondary heavy. But I know even if as I'm playing secondary, I can still do the sniping of other players with her. She gives you full repair parties, a great deal of secondary boosting, and engine boost. If they have a new skin for her, that'd be great. But yeah, she's like one of those ships you want to save up and grab before she's gone. How long is she here for? Oh, just for the week. Okay. Okay. Azur Lane, wave 7. That's not how you do 7 Roman. Let's see here. Any other older packs? No, they just do the standard for this season only. Okay. 71. Let's see. That's almost $300. That's up there. Let's take a look at the skins and so forth they have for the ships, I should say. Actually, these aren't just skins, actually ships themselves. So you're getting a 2, 8, 6, 7, and a 7. Not too bad. And a skin. Well, the skin I have is still bad in a way. This isn't too bad. I do like the moving camouflage. I kind of wish they update the old skins they had before. Okay, let's take a look at the ships. Let's see, 2A German. Yeah, that skin's nice and pretty. I will say that, but it's still up there in price. Okay, HE, 20 seconds for the load. 70 chance of fire, 27. Penetration. So you get sonar, and you can change it for AA. Well, that's if you're working with the carrier, you know it'd be helpful beforehand. And even then, you still want to stick with the sonar. Why? Because of the destroyers. Repair party and secondary enhance. Wait, does it have a lot of secondaries? It has a decent amount, I will say that. But not enough for the secondary enhance. So let's take a look wait, yeah. Okay, so you have armor penetration at point blank, 655, so I would say 650. At max range, 350. So you want to stick to people in between the max range and the point blank. Otherwise, you're not really going to get the max amount of effect with the armor penetration. In that case, if you're heading a long range target, just go with HE. And what do we have? Oh, what I'm looking at now. Okay, so torpedoes, max range of 6. That's Okay, but for that tier, not too good. AA. Honestly, you're only working with 18 guns, but they're mostly at 5 kilometers, so the rest, these 10 here, don't really count by that time. The plane's already on you. Max speed is 33.5 knots, so 34. Not too bad. Let's see, water shift, 11 seconds. That's actually decent, in my opinion, I should say. Engine startup, that sounds about right. 15 seconds for a cruiser. Let's see. If I had to guess, it would be 12 knots going to be reverse. Let's see, temperature by sea, 13 and 15. So you have a small amount of space before they see it after you fire and so forth. That's not much. She is nicely protected, I will say that. Besides islands being soft, her front and back end look like to be the easy parts to hit. So aiming for the anchor there and here should be the nice areas to hit the citadels. Let's see, design for the ship. Yeah, it's just that, nothing else. There's no lore to this ship, and I don't really like the idea there's only 4 AA guns per side. I mean, when we look at the firing range, yeah, that's great. But I don't really use a cruiser with a heavy firing range unless it has smoke. So, honestly, if I could switch out one of these things for a smoke screen, that'd be nicer for this ship, or should I say increase its survivability. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I really do hate this ship. Why? Because every time I see it, it goes down so quickly as a teammate. Now the Tallinn is Soviet. It has like the stand like the last ship, and I scanned to her. Torpedoes. Oh my goodness. You're trying to use this for a tier 6, and it's only at 4. That's only good for against destroyers protection, I would say. Um, yeah, I would switch that for the radars. That way we can pick up the destroyers and find them faster. Um, hmm. If the reload time was better with the repair part, I would use it, like half that. And so, okay. I have little hope for this ship surviving. I really do. 15, 25. Yeah, this is like, I'm hoping it has a faster reload. Let's see, reload 6. Yeah, this is like bare bones. Why did they choose this ship? I'm not sure. Armor penetration point blank. Okay, this is like, you're a support cruiser at best. So you better stick into a battleship for protection. And your armor threshold is 30, so you're not really doing any damage to the destroyers that you're supposed to be hunting. What the heck? This is like the worst of the worst ship. I mean, it's a paper tiger. I mean, paper duck. Sure shot, kinds of, and equip for the main battery reload booster. And that's, I don't know. I'm hoping her commander is much better to make this ship survive. I have to see, but as far as I'm seeing, this is a pretty sad pack. Okay, that's 2 out of 4 ships. No. Okay, we got Italian Veneto. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it at all. I mean, the ships look nice, but if they just because they look nice, they're not going to really function that well in battle. Let's see, we have a battleship, 207, 24% chance of starting fires. She has a Azur smoke screen as you move. That's actually quite nice because I only see a few ships actually with that for the Italians. And let's see, how much penetration is not too bad. 32 seconds for loading. Okay. Ooh, that's quite good for point blank. 814, 491 for max range. That's so-so, almost half your stuff. And 64 for fuse arming threshold. That's good enough to get a cruiser, but not enough for a destroyer. Remember, you want, for the threshold, you want something below 30, or if not 40, the best. 60 is like you're not really going to be penning into a cruiser too well. Okay, so secondaries only has 4. They should have a lot more secondaries, yeah. The range is 6.9, so that's, I mean 6.2, but that's quite good. AA. A is non-existent. It's not 68. It's more of 48. Speed 30. Okay, this is something I can barely use, mainly because of secondaries, but the main guns, I wouldn't hold too much of a candle. If I have another teammate who can spot the enemy and I max out the secondary range, I can smoke, have my secondary range pretty much kill anything near me. And that's how my playstyle goes. So yeah, that's, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Okay, last one, the destroyer. Okay. Yeah, I kind of wish they do update the skins, like give you the option to have it being active like this, or just stand still. Otherwise, okay. Okay. HE 1900. Reload 6 seconds. Range of 10. Don't really care about the main gun. But in case I do come against another destroyer, this is what I want. I don't really care about the armor piercing because, well, you're not really going to do any damage to them. Torpedoes. 11 knots. Nice. That's decently good. So out of the ships I'm seeing, the Z-24 is the best one I'm seeing. Sonar. Ooh, 5 knots. And concealment. I can drop that to almost 5.5 with a few commanders I have. Okay, back to this. HE shells. Wells browser file setting chance 12 on penetration with HE is about 25. So yeah, not too much hope to her. I will say the reload time is quite good. You can reload every minute just about if you can reduce that time limit and just send torpedoes after torpedoes against your enemy. And we have what, 2 torpedo tube sets, so not too bad. Yeah, I would. Your best option is just turning off the AA. Honestly, that way the carriers can't find you. Let's see. Detected. Fire. I'm looking for by C6, so you really got a lot of time to actually attack them. From 7 to 11, if anything, with the torpedoes. Okay. Above average HP rate. What else is there? Oh, my bureau. I gotta go in there and see what's going on. I think they cut off at 2 o'clock and then they just restarted again. Okay. she's for the German cruiser. Let's see, incoming damage to your cruisers. Reduced at max at 4%. Main battery cruiser shell grouping. Okay. I would still stick to... I'm not sure. Maybe the armor penetration, secondary. Yeah, I'm not sure about this, Commander. It seems she's more heavily for secondaries. If not, would be better off being for a battleship. But then you lose all the boost. I don't know about her. Okay, Tala. Bonus to cruiser main battery shell dispersion grouping for consumable use. Wait. So each consumable you use, you get better main battery shelling, dispersion, and grouping. Maximum improvement for cruiser main battery shell dispersion and grouping. Okay, so get me if I'm right. It goes from 1% for every consumable, and starting off at 7. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a no-go. Secondary battery, sap shell damage. Ooh, that's actually useful for the Italian battleships, I should say. And she has Porcupine. Increase range. What does this one do? Banner of Splendor. Battleship speed while smoke generator is active, 5%. Smoke screen deployment time and smoke screen charges. Okay. If anything, that helps greatly. Oh, she also has secondary interest. It reduces the cooldown time of your secondary from 15 to 30%. And you get a second charge by the time you get to the tier 3. Okay, she is someone I would actually go and just purchase outright right now because of the sap to the secondary shells. Now I'm assuming, let's see, that's not for just for battleships, it's also for cruisers and destroyers. If they have a secondary gun, I should say. I only seen one so far that had it. I gotta find out if I still have that ship or it's actually on World War Thunder. Why? Big Mama. Secondary battery shells that travel over 500 extra damage. That actually helps on so many other battleships that do actually boost over 5 kilometers. So it goes over from 0.5% to 10% boost. That's actually going to be making a lot of ships die faster. Okay. Secondary battery reload time, battleship main battery. Okay, okay. And she also has a secondary interest. I say that because I'm such a secondary battleship gunner. So these two I would actually purchase. I'm not sure about the package. It's just so expensive. Now we have Z24. Flourish Rampage. Bonus torpedo damage per torpedo hit. Maximum sequence destroy torpedo damage. Okay. Not too sure. And I'm not gonna like configure. I'm not using the voice acting. Bone of the Chrism Darkness. Destroy torpedo damage while inside a smoke screen. Torpedo launch reload time. Okay. At least she has perception. That's good for finding other destroyers. And of course they have the flags. Okay, so yeah, I'm not... That seems more of a buzz. Let me check the crates real quick on what the showing, you won't see anything I'm seeing, but let's just check real quick. Okay, 10% for the commanders, and then it drops per ship. 9 for the rank 6, 3 for rank 4. I don't think they have that text for it because they have AO Massachusetts as a tier 4 ship. Let me double check that real quick. But yeah, the chances of you getting these ships through the carrier pack isn't too great. Yeah, Massachusetts 207, that's what I thought. They have it printed wrong. Okay, so if I'm looking between my two totals, I would be going at either 10 doubloons for the two commanders I do like, instead paying for the whole package of 71. Because honestly, these two commanders here, the skins and ships, I'm not really too impressed. Because that's a lot to put down. Well, I will say the Italian battleship is decent, but that's it. So the French Navy, what do we have to look at? Okay. Let's start from right to left. Strasbourg. Oh, it's a discount, not by much. I think, what, 10%? Yeah. Florence, I think she's the second best one I have for secondary fire. Because if you look at my specs on her the ship, it's like 10, if not 11. No destroyer is going to get me tagged unless they smoke themselves into a smoke cloud. Now, we do have the skins themselves, but still. Let's preview and take a look how she looks. And that's a rooster. Great. No. Let's see. I think the only one I'm going to take a look at next would be my legendary one. And see what they did with her. Did they make... Is it all roosters? Yeah, it's the same setup. Why? Just why did they do it this way? I'm not sure. And the only thing... Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about these skins. They seem overpriced. They're not really something I'm really like, okay, do I really want a chicken in front of my ship? I mean, who thought about putting a rooster in front? I don't think the Italians would have done that. They would have chosen a lion. Oh wait, either he was a lion or yeah, I think they were finding who got the lion with the British. But I know it wasn't no rooster. Okay. And I think that's just about everything I've seen. If you want to take a look at any of those ships you might want to look for the French tier, just going to the ships should help. I don't see that one that I just saw, so it might be in a previous ship in a different season. Okay. Bureau. I know they added a new ship to the Bureau. Don't I have this ship? Yeah, I have this ship. I should be able to bypasses. Yeah, I don't care. Okay. Yeah, I got that. last year. Let me get this all set. Okay. So I'm not too impressed with the Bureau. I thought it was gonna be different, but I'm guessing. Oh, there we go. What do I get since I already have the ship? Do I get like a prize? No, I don't get a skin or anything like that. The last two Bureau drops I've seen so far gave you like a secondary skin with the ship. I don't know. Maybe it'll give me a decent amount of lions for since I already own the ship. I think that'll be what 18. Either way. Okay, any new missions before I go into the season? Indigo? I think he's a new commander. Let's go back to the store. I think I missed on him. French. Let's see. Did they not put him in yet? I don't think so. Okay. The campaign. Let's see here. Okay, got it. And I'll activate my commander backing in a little bit. And we only have what? A month for this one? Anything special we should keep an eye out for? I'm not seeing it. So it's a rank 100 campaign with only a month to go. And you get a tier 8 battle destroyer. Let's see, they should be a full 60-degree turn, so you should have an easier time killing enemies without being turret. 4 seconds reload, that's not bad. And instant torpedo reload. Wait, infinite? So reloads as many times as you want. Ooh. Reload time 140 seconds. Let's see. Wait, where's the torpedo? Oh, okay. So same amount of time. Okay. This is going to be one daily destroyer, I'll say that. And its torpedo range is 12. I have a used commando for destroyers. He increases torpedo range, I think, by 5%. So, let's see, another 3, that'll be 15. Yeah, that'll be deadly. Let me double check later. AA, not too bad. I would still turn them off because you only got really 3 guns doing protection. Let's see, 34 knots, okay. What a shift time, 4 seconds, and okay. Concealment, oh, okay, she's easy to spot, but you can reduce that with some stealth commanders with her. Okay, battle class destroyer feature hands AA defense were designed to draw on lessons learned from the wartime and operated by Admiral of 1942 to 1943. The ship ordered in 1943 differ from the earlier counterparters by more powerful main battery artillery, and among them was the destroyer HMS Somme, named after the biggest battle of World War I. However, she was never commissioned and remained unclaimed due to the end of hostilities in 1945. She was eventually demolished on her. Oh, that's sad. Repeater can be equipped with the repeater reload booster. Yeah, So they did start building her, but they never finished. They just scrapped the project. Okay. I think that's just about everything I covered. I don't think there's anything else. Now, the one commander I was talking about, if I can spot him real quick, I am sure I can. Oh, I think I changed him. Yeah, torpedo range. I have him right now at 5, but he does go up to max 6% for your torpedoes. So, yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great time in the campaign. I'm kind of disappointed with the whole um, Azur Lane. I just went blank with that. And I will say at least 2 of the commanders are something I'm looking forward to. Otherwise, I'm not really too hopped up on this whole season in a way besides the new destroyer. So with that, nothing else to report. Have a good time and stay safe.